Hello, this is the video lesson for Runaway Baby by Bruno Mars. Just going to make sure you can see my hands here. I've put students in for higher, I believe, for this, but it can also be done for Nat 5 quite easily. It says on our page to tune down a half step on our bass, but I'm going to be playing it in standard tuning for just now, just so I don't have to tune my bass down. You're going to have 12 bars of rest, which goes by nice and quick in this song, so that would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. Do that for 12. And we're going to be coming in with 0 on our thickest string, then 7, which is an octave, on our E string, or our A string, sorry. Then we're going to go 5, 7 on the same string. We're going to do that for 40, so quite loud and punchy. Then we're going to go 6 on our thickest string, then back to 5 on our E string again. So if you look at the fingering choices I'm making here, you can see that I'm doing 1 finger per fret again, so we're going to play that 5 twice with a little bit of separation in between. There is a rest there, so we're going to move our hand down, and what I like to do is use my first finger on the 3, then my pinky, and I'm going to use my pinky so that I can stretch to the 2 on the A string after that. So my first finger goes from 3 here, pinky goes onto the 5. At this point my first finger's moved to the 2nd fret of the A string, pinky's back to 5, and back to 3. And then we repeat. And at that point, you take a rest at that point. That would be the end of the 3rd line on your sheet music. The tempo is fast though, so it'd usually be like, and then we'd be into our chorus. Now, in terms of getting that tempo up to that point, definitely practice it nice and slowly, like this tempo. And then work your way up using a metronome. So set it at 90, set it up at 95, then try and get to 100, try and get all the way up there. The tempo we've got to try and get to is 164. So you can start maybe at 90, start at 100, and work your way up slowly. If you Google metronome, it should come up immediately, and you should just be able to set your tempo and then press play. You don't even have to go onto our website, that's built onto Google itself. Let's look at our chorus then. So our chorus is nice and easy actually, and we're going to be playing a C for 8, and my right hand there is just walking. Then we're going down to a B, and then we're going to a low E, and we're going to be moving to an A on the last half beat of this bar. So that whole thing, C, B, E, A. Now the 4th time you play that, you play 4 C's, and they're all kind of separated and punchy. So it doesn't say play them staccato on our sheet music actually, so we should probably try and join them a little bit more. but we're definitely accenting every single note there. It feels very punchy at that point with the band. Then we're taking a little bit of a rest, and we're going to be playing our main riff again, but in a different position. No, not quite. Sorry, I've just made a mistake, so I'm going to play that again. There we go. There we go again. Okay, 2 mistakes so far. Doing well. Going into our second verse, I'm going to break this down for you. So 12 up on our thickest E string. And we're going to be moving to 14 on our D. So that's just another way to play an octave, and we're going to be doing this up the octave, so it's going to be then 12, 14 on the D, then 13, 12, now we're going to play 10, 12, then back to 9, 12, 10, back to the start. Now we play 10, 12, and then we play 7 on our thickest string, and then 5, 6 on our A, and then we're into our next section. So let me play the whole of the first line of the second page. Now this little part is what I would maybe call our bridge. Let's have a look at it. So we're going to start with that anacrusis. So 7, 5, 6, 7. 7 starting on the E, then onto the A. Then we're going to play 7, 5, 5, 7. Then 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7. 7, 5, 5, 7. Back to the start. There is a mistake in the tab at the end of page 2. The very last line goes 0, 7, 5, 7, and it says play 6, 4. It definitely means 6, 5, just like normal. Then there's another bar of rest. We're going into our chorus, which we play 3 times. Back up here. And then we go back down here. We're off for a full bar. And then we're back into our chorus. All of this is just repeated material that we've already gone over at this point. Our chorus is right at the end, and it's just going to be the exact same thing as normal with a bit of a change at the end. We do our 7 on the E, 5, 6, 7 on the A, and we keep that nice and short and snappy at the end, and that is the very last note. Let me just check how long that piece is. It is 2.5 minutes. So that's kind of perfect for Nat 5. It's also pretty good for higher. Yeah, for higher you've got to do your 12 minutes. If you've done two and a half bass pieces, that would be 5 minutes, which would be pretty much perfect. And then you can do 7 minutes on guitar or a different instrument. Hopefully this was helpful. I'll see you next time.